Meccha Chameleon was made by just 2 people in 2 months, and 4 weeks after its release, it has already sold over 15 million copies. It's a hide-and-seek style game where you play as a little white character who can paint themselves to blend into the environment, while other players try to find you before time runs out. It's a funny idea, but what makes Meccha Chameleon especially interesting is that it wasn't backed by some huge marketing campaign or publisher. According to co-developer Haganero, they didn't spend any money on advertising. So how did a game made by 2 people in such a short amount of time become one of the biggest indie hits of the year? The idea came from Japanese developer Lemurion, who remembered seeing an artist on television use body paint to blend into real-world backgrounds. He thought that concept could work really well as a video game, especially in a multiplayer setting. Lemurion handled the concept, graphics, maps, music, and overall presentation, while Haganero focused on the multiplayer components and other gameplay systems. The developers were able to keep costs extremely low by relying on Epic Online services for matchmaking. They had already used this service in their previous game, Linked Penguins, so they weren't starting from scratch. And that seems to be one of the biggest reasons the game could be finished so quickly. Meccha Chameleon reused systems from earlier projects, including Linked Penguins and Penguin Hotel, which gave the team a foundation they could build on. Their development philosophy was also very practical. Instead of trying to perfect each part of the project one by one, they first created a basic version of the entire game. Minimum systems, minimum graphics, just enough for the game to exist. Then, once they knew it worked, they started adding more detail, more maps, and more polish. Lemurion apparently spent about a month creating the game's first map, Hide-and-Seek Mansion. Then, after playtesters said the game needed more variety, the team added 3 more maps just 2 weeks before release. The game creates moments that are instantly readable, even if you've never played it yourself. Every round has the potential to become a short comedy scene, which makes it perfect for clips, streams, and social media. That's one of the big reasons it exploded online the way it did. Meccha Chameleon is a perfect example of how sometimes all an indie game really needs is one strong, simple idea that people can understand immediately, and a clear enough execution that anyone can see why it's fun.